Hi everyone, this is Daniel. As you might see in my background, I'm actually in the office right now, so this is the last day for me in the office before the Christmas break starts. I'm gonna have some more days at home, but really last day in the office. So I wanna kind of revive one of our old Christmas traditions at 5G-MAG and use the time today to record this Christmas video, this Christmas greeting for you guys. So I wanna walk you through 2025, what we did in 2025, and also what we're gonna do or planning to do in 2026. So first of all, some numbers for you. We have actually reached 50 repositories by now on GitHub, which is a large milestone for us. We have 84 people active on GitHub, and we are obviously working on continue to improve this, reach out to new people, have more people contribute to the reference tools. But I think that's already quite some interesting and impressive numbers here. In terms of the project that we addressed in 2025, let me start with 5G media streaming. So we actually had new releases in the context of 5G media streaming of our application function, our application server, the data collection application function, and everything is Dockerized by now. So that's an easy starting point for you guys. If you haven't tried this out, if you're interested in streaming media over 5G networks, what the benefits are, what you can do today, I can only recommend using our reference tools. And as I said, startup is really easy. We have GitHub. We have Docker, everything is in place, we have tutorials, try it out today. The next thing that we are actively working on is 5G broadcast, and in this context we have a new MBMS client implementation that we also showcased at the Media Web Symposium in Berlin in June. And we also have pending additions to our Linux-based stack. So as you might know, we are working not only on Android devices, but we also have a Linux-based receiver in addition to our Linux-based transmitters. So everything that you actually need to get started to try 5G broadcast out today, you can find that as well in the reference tools. We have everything Dockerized, so similar to what we have for 5G media streaming. So it's an easy starting point for you guys. You don't even need coding experience. You can just grab the tools and go ahead. What I also want to mention in the context of 5G broadcast are additions to our Flute library. Those were important not only for 5G broadcast, but also for 5MBS. And this is the next topic that I want to address, because we see a lot of activity in this context. So 5G multicast broadcast services. We have a first implementation of MBS support in our 5G core. The 5G core, on the other hand, is based on Open5GS. And that includes an MB-UPF and also an MB-SMF. And then there's a lot of activity coming from the BBC in the context of the MBS transport function. So there's initial support for the MB-STF, and we are about to release also an MB-SF. So as you can see, focus clearly on 5MBS at the end of the year. And again, everything is already documented in terms of tutorials on our website. So I can only recommend check this out as well if you want to see the latest version of 5MBS in action. Finally, we had also some special sessions in 5G-MAG this year. So I want to mention two specific ones. We had one on immersive media. My colleague Niels and Jolly are going to talk about our XR and V3C activities, but we also introduced Release 19 Advanced Media Delivery in the 5G-MAG reference tools. And this is actually something, I'm jumping ahead a bit here, but that is coming also as a next step for us. So we want to include Release 19 Advanced Media Delivery features into our, for instance, 5G media streaming and 5MBS implementation. Then the final thing I want to mention, documentation. So this might sound easy, but actually for me, sometimes it's even harder to write a good tutorial or document certain things than doing the implementation. So a shout out to everyone who contributed to our tutorials, to our documentation website. I think for an open source project and for an open source community, everything is really well documented. So it's easy to start with the reference tools for all of the different features. As I said, we have Docker in place. We have the documentation that shows how to do things. So this is a great starting point for everyone who's interested. And then finally, the most important part I didn't mention yet in enough detail at least, the people behind 5G-MAG and the people behind the reference tools. So I want to thank everyone involved, and especially, and I'm going to read some names now, and I hope I didn't forget anyone. As I said, we have 84 people now active on GitHub, so I can only mention a few names. But I want to thank Richard Bradbury, David Waring, Dev Ordston, all from the BBC, Thomas Stockhammer from Qualcomm, Nils Duval, Bart Krohn, Patrick Fontaine, Bertrand Leroy, Jaime Sanchez Roldan, Borja Hernandez, Josep Ribes Rodriguez Moldes, Johann Mika, Klaus Kühnhammer, Gokul Sani, Stefan Babel, Shilen Ding, Yannick Poirier, Christoph Bordina, Alex Zubarov, Erik Geider, and Vuk Stojkovic. And I started off with mentioning the company names and then just went to the list and said, okay, let's just mention the names because the list was quite long. So all of you, thank you for your contributions. Obviously, also thank you to everyone who tried out the reference tools, who contributed as well. So what's next in 2026? We want to do additional tries for our 5G media streaming implementation, try out the really interesting things like dynamic policies, network assistance. We want to extend our 5MBS and 5G broadcast implementations, exciting stuff coming up here as well. As I said, some of the focus will be set on release 19 AMD features. And then we also have an exciting new project planned for the Mobile World Congress in March. Stay tuned for this, we're going to announce this soon as well. Otherwise, the only thing left for me to say is enjoy your time off with your families. I hope to see you all refreshed in the next year. I'm going to work on my Christmas belly now, so I have something healthy here, but I also have something non-healthy. So yeah, see you all next year and happy holidays. Bye-bye.
Hello, this is Niels from MotionSpell. As the end of 2025 is coming, I'm taking this holiday season greeting opportunity to recap a bit on XR and immersive media development at 5G-MAG. The XR player, which demonstrates usage of MPEG-I GLTF extensions, is now at version 1.1.1. It has been updated to support media pipelines on Android and improve the support of XR and core extensions. The structure of the project has been simplified, the documentation and reference content has been updated to reflect these changes. The ongoing developments are focused on demonstrating the OpenXR controllers on popular HMDs using MPEG-I GLTF extensions to signal interactivity in 3D scenes. This work involved refactoring to keep up with the adoption of GLTF by Unity and support the latest Unity Editor major release. It is already available in the development branch of the XR Unity player, with a release expected early next year. This summer, an exciting development on the immersive media side of the 5G-MAG reference tools has been the release of the V3C immersive platform with MPEG haptics support. The project is a joint effort from Interdigital and Philips, and we'd like to thank Patrick Fontaine, Bertrand Leroy, Bart Kuhn, Thierry Filoche, and Ralph Schaeffer for this excellent contribution. V3C stands for MPEG Visual Volumetric Video-Based Coding Standard, which enables free viewpoint video. If you're not sure what that means, I encourage you to check the V3C tutorials section on the 5G-MAG Getting Started Hub, which Jordi put a lot of efforts into. The platform allows playback of V3C volumetric video content on Android and Windows from local storage or streamed over HTTP using MPEG-Dash. It supports the VPCC, the MIV codecs, as well as MPEG haptics synchronized with the volumetric video. Finally, to close the year, we've now bootstrapped work on real-time avatar-based communication, so please stay tuned for updates on this topic. I wish you all a wonderful holiday and hope you have a great end of the year and a wonderful time until we get in touch again next year.
There's very little I can add to this excellent summary shared by Daniel and Niels. I just wish to extend my Christmas greetings to them, to the developer community, to 5G-MAG members, and to everyone who makes this work possible. Let's continue with these shared efforts into the next year. I wish you all Merry Christmas and a happy 2026.